Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. In today's video, we are going to look at the new Natasha Denona palette. I'm really excited to do this review for you. I sort of went back and forth a little bit about whether or not I wanted to get the palette. And hear me out on this a little bit. So, you know that I like Natasha Denona. I review her palettes. I usually buy most of them. I won't say I buy all of them, but I do mostly buy all of them. When I initially saw this palette, I thought, that's really innovative. I really like that idea. And then I saw the color story and I was like, ooh, that's pretty. That looks really nice, right? And then I listened to Natasha initially to hear about what was the story behind the creation of the palette, and check, check, check. And then I went against what I normally do and I started to watch some videos on it because I was like, well, should I do it? Do I need to get another palette? Should I get it anyway and review it for my channel? And so I thought, well, maybe I'll watch some videos on it and that'll help me decide. And I would say mostly people have said good things about it, but there was a couple of meh, reviews on it. And that's why I shouldn't watch videos, because then I started to question whether or not I should really get it. But at the end of the day, I decided that I just like her palettes so much, and I really liked the concept of it. And I have a lot of Sephora points, and I just went into the app, and I was going to order from her website because I have she has a really good rewards program. And so I had some points in there, and then you can do 15% off with a code on her website. If it's over $35, it ships for free. I had a coupon with Ulta. I mean, I had a way to get a discount on it. But I went into Sephora, into the, Rouge rewards, and there was a $100 reward available in there. And they're hard to get. You have to time those right. And so I snagged it because I actually have enough points for a few of those. And so I said, ooh, so I grabbed it, checked out, and I got the reward. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go and get the palette, and I'm going to pick up a couple of other things to get with my $100. And that's where we're at. And so at the end of the day, made the decision that I wanted it. And then the Sephora reward situation just happened to work out for me. So that's the story behind my, what sort of motivated me to finally pull the trigger and pick it up. So let me give you a little background on the palette. There's quite a few reviews out already on it. So, if you've clicked on my video to watch my review, I want to thank you for that because I really do appreciate it. So, the palette retails for $62. And it says it's an essential no makeup palette showcasing 5 hybrid eyeshadows, a creamy powder blush duo, and a bronzer and contour trio. It's free of parabens and mineral oil. It's also cruelty-free. In this palette, you'll find 5 eyeshadows named after different moods and occasions, now featuring a talc-free Hyper Silk formula. These eyeshadows have a silky soft gel powder texture and come in 4 wearable shades along with 1 sparkling top or finish. Use each individually to create a natural monochromatic look or pair them up to add rich dimension. The palette also includes a creamy powder blush duo and a versatile high-tech bronzer and contour trio, providing you with the perfect no makeup routine in a travel-friendly format. Plus, all the formulas support your skin's ability to maintain hydration. So you get, it says how to use. For eyeshadows, you're supposed to use your finger or a dense eyeshadow brush to glide one shade across your eyelid. Blend into your crease and or blend shades together. Contour bronzer with a face brush. Apply shades individually to contour and highlight based on your skin tone. Alternatively, blend all shades together and buff onto cheeks, temples, jawline, and nose. Blushes, using a blush brush, apply shades to apples of cheeks in circular motions, blending upwards into cheekbones. The darker shade adds a pop of color, while the lighter shade blends and diffuses. Use separately or combined for the perfect pink cheek. So I went to my Sephora yesterday in the early evening, and it was they didn't have many left in there. There's actually 3 Sephoras pretty close to my home, and so in the newest Sephora that they opened up by me, Natasha doesn't have a whole aisle. She has like a gondola on the end there. As a matter of fact, I don't think she has a whole aisle in any one of my Sephora's near me. And now that she's in Ulta, I think that's where she's really getting a lot of her space from. And maybe that explains why she left, why she went over to Ulta. Maybe she's getting more exposure over there now that I'm thinking about it. In any event, I went over, I looked at it, I swatched it, and right away I was like, wow, this is beautiful. I within like 3 minutes, I was like, yeah, I'm making the right decision here. So let's take a look at it. It comes in this beautiful like taupe box. I always shout out Natasha Denona for the little flip thing she's got there on her boxes. I really like that. And then this is what the component looks like. It's got my fingerprints on it. So, and then you open it up, and then there's the inside. So you've got your contour and bronzer here, your dual cheek there, and then you have those 4 highly pigmented shadows, and then the topper is right there. I have most of my makeup on. So we're just going to dive right into, it's funny, when I was doing my makeup, I normally will do my contour and do a bronzer and, excuse me, do all these other things, especially if I'm going to do like an eyeshadow palette. So I'm not spending time on that. And I was like, wait a second, I'm going to do all that with this palette. So right away, you see the convenience there, that I didn't have to go ahead and do that, because I'm going to do that on camera with you now that we're going to test out the palette. So I'm going to start off with the contour, and I have this Patrick Ta contour brush because these pans are not very big. So you need something like this to get in there. So I'm going to start off with this lightest shade, and I'm just going to see what it does if I try to nose contour here. It's it's definitely like a very cool shade. Yeah, it's showing up a little bit on me. And I'm going to turn it around and use this side now. And I'm just going to run that along my jawline here. And see if we can kind of carve that out a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's showing up. And then I just kind of like bring it down a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit on my cheeks, because this is all the places that I would normally contour. So I know one of the chief complaints that I heard about the palette was that people complained that how are you going to get a brush in there? Well, just use a thinner brush like this. If you're going to use this to contour, you want a brush like you don't have to get the Patrick towel, although this is a great brush. I would highly recommend it. But if you get something that can just fit in there, and then you can just, very easily get into that part of the pan and then just tap it off and then sort of go in there. So there's the contour. Okay on me. Now I know that the chief complaint by a lot of people was, why didn't she make this more universal? Natasha Denona calls it universal. A lot of people don't think it's universal. So, so that is one of the feedback that I think a lot of her fans of her brand have given. Now, I just did that part, so let's go in now with, I'm going to take a Refer 18, and I'm going to swirl it into these two darker shades now. I have no idea how dark this is going to be, but let's go ahead and warm up the rest of the face here. Okay, so, okay. Let's go ahead and try the cheek colors now. And I'm going to take a Refer 4, and this is like slightly angled. And I'm going to pick up that pink shade first, the lighter pink shade. You could kind of see what that looks like. And I'm going to do what she said to do. There's very little kick up in the pan, so that's nice. And I'm just kind of swirling that and like bringing it up towards my temples. I'm not going too crazy with this. I'm being a little light-handed here. But that's the face products in this palette. Let's go ahead and start playing with the eyeshadows now, because I really want to test those out. Now, you may have noticed that I have mascara on one eye and not on the other. And I did that on purpose because I want to test the eyeshadows on this eye. And then I'm going to, like, whatever one I finish with, I'm going to do the other eye. And put the mascara on, and then we can see the final look. So I think I know which one I want to end with. So I'm going to start on this side of the palette right here. And that shade is, she said these are supposed to represent different moods. So this is Everyday. And I'm going to do it like she said we're supposed to do it, or the way we're supposed to apply it. Feels very silky. I don't have any primer on my eye because I just want to see how these apply with nothing on. And then I also want to see how they wear. Oh, wow. That's really pretty. Let's build this up a little bit. So what I've done is I just went a little bit above my crease there because I have semi-hooded eyes. That's very pretty. I really like that. Let me give you a swatch on my hand here. So there's a swatch. But you see how it's like, depending on the light, it could be like darker, or it picks up like, it's like almost like a golden brown, if you will. Very pretty. Okay, let me wipe that off. Okay. Let's do one more, because it looks like you can build these up. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this one off. This is really, if you really want like a smoky look, statement, yeah. Wow, look at that. I'll tell you what, if you have semi-hooded or hooded eyes, I think you would like this palette because it's making my eyes look bigger, in my opinion. It's making my lids look bigger. So I like that. Another thing I like about this palette that I wanted to mention is I'm going to take this one off now, and then and we're going to do the last two shades. I get up very early in the morning because I commute to work, and so this type of palette, I think, really appeals to me. And then my husband and I, we like to take little like day trips or little road trips. Sometimes we'll get out of town. We live very, we live in Arizona. We're not that close to, and you really have everything you need with it. I mean, it's really nice. I like that about it too. Okay, so the last shade we're going to do is that casual. And that is that blue, like that steely blue shade. And you could see why I want to do that shade, right? Go ahead and put the same shade on the other eye now. And I'm going to put mascara on. And then I think I want to try the topper. But I want you to see this shade because I heard this shade kind of almost has, like, it's not just that steely gray shade. It almost has like a shift to it. So that's casual. What I'm wearing, what I have on is liner, is the Nabla. This is the Cupid's Arrow. I love these liners. I think I've mentioned these to you, and I'll put the shade name below. I'll see if I can find it here. Midnight Gray. Out a little bit because I was... Okay, I think that's better. So that's casual with the topper. Okay. Well, I think that is, we've now used everything in the palette, and we'll get back. You know what? Let me do the swatches for you. Sorry about that. Hold on. So let me go. Swatches the swatches don't do this palette justice. I'm doing it for you so you can see, just so you can see it. But you saw me apply it on my eyes, and you can see that because these shades look very similar to each other. The pink doesn't look like it shows up very well. The topper, you can see it when I turn it. This looks very light. But when you actually put them on your finger and then, press it onto your lid and drag it across, that's where you're going to see the payoff with these eyeshadows. Don't go by swatches because, like I said, I did it for the purpose of showing you the shades so you could see the tones of them, but it's not doing it justice. You got to really just see them on. And I think this is gorgeous. I'm so happy that I got the palette. Okay, I'm going to take off the, I've been wearing the Polite Society Lip Plumper on my lips. And I want to show you, we'll get back to the palette in a second. So, like I said, I cashed in my $100 reward. So Patrick Ta came out with some new, I think he did new formula lip plumpers. And so I picked up one of his new ones. And I want to tell you that right now, Sephora is doing 4 points on Patrick Ta purchases. So if you want to rack up some of your points. I normally take advantage of those situations. He's got 3 new blushes out, and I think 5 new, he's got a new formula lip plumper and 5 shades. And this is one of the new shades. This shade is Obviously, and here's what that's looking like. Let me give you a swatch. There's a swatch. Totally my... Okay. That's Anywhere Walnut from Makeup Forever. And let's go ahead and try the Patrick Ta. It smells nice. It smells kind of like cinnamon. Like the perfect shade. So that's Obviously. And then I wanted to showcase, because I wanted to get to the $100, because you have to spend the whole $100 with those rewards. So I got a couple of Innbeauty lip glazes, and I like them. So I think they had like a set like around the holidays, and they still have it. They had one left in my store. And they have them online, so if you want to try them, but they came out with some new shades, and my Sephora has quite a bit of the Innbeauty in store, at least the one store that's near me. So I hate to waste this, but I want to show you the shade. So I'm going to take off, you can see the tone of that Obviously shade. I'm going to give that a try. They actually have a few products in their lineup that I want to try that I have in my loves list. So let me tell you a little bit about these glazes. So it says for soft, plump, and supple lips. Wish I could talk today. Plump, hydrate, and smooth. And then it says they do sustainability. This is made in Korea. Say hello to your new fave lip oil. A sheer glossy wash of color that feels extremely moisturizing and keeps lips smooth, plump, and flake-free. Naturally flavored and sweetened to taste like your favorite cookie treat. It doesn't have mineral oil, synthetic fragrance, silicones, PEG, sulfates, parabens, phthalates, soy, gluten, or animal-derived ingredients. It's clean. It's cruelty-free and vegan. So I think with that Anywhere Walnut from Makeup Forever, I think it goes really good together. Because otherwise this is a bit pale, but it tastes amazing because the shade is cookie, so it tastes like a cookie. But I'm really excited about both of these products. The Patrick Ta is beautiful. It feels great on the lips. And so if you haven't tried his yet, definitely give his new formula a try and get those 4 times the points. And then, and give the Innbeauty a try, because they have really nice, I like their lip glazes. Also got the new Huda Beauty Baby Bake in the peach shade. Now, I've already got 2 other shades of this, and I buy the small ones, but let's give it a try and see. I don't know if this is going to be too dark for me, but we'll give it a try and see what happens. So just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand here. I have the banana bread and I have the pound cake. I've tried pink on me, but I've tried Moira's brand, not Huda's. And I think the peach is fine. I think it works. You can let me know what you think. And then finally I got the Lys, or the LYS, and I'm just gonna, this has a very, very light mist to it. And I'll tell you what, my favorite setting spray is Charlotte Tilbury. It's great. I mean, I just finished a bottle and I have a couple like backups. I really like this. This is a lot more affordable than Charlotte Tilbury. And I'll say, this is very close to it. I would say this is a slight, you know, it's not the same per se, but I would say that it kind of has that same, that fine mist. It sets the, sets your foundation pretty nicely. And I have very long days. Like I said, I commute and then I have long days at work. And so my makeup has to last. I mean, I've got like 10, at least 10-hour days. And so this has been working quite well for me as well. Let me get real close so you can see, you know, the star of the show, of course, is the Natasha Denona palette. There's the lips. Yeah, I really enjoy all of these products so far, and I just wanted to review it for you. And, you know, hopefully if that helps you make a decision about the Natasha Denona or any of these other products, that's the my goal. So, hey, if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Do you think you'll give the Natasha Denona palette a try? Do you like the concept of it? And or what about any of these other products that I used in the video today? Have you tried them? Are you going to try them? Sound off below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're not already following me, please give me a follow. I would love to have you join our little makeup family here, and give me a follow over on Instagram so we can be friends over there as well. And that's the end of the video, my friends. I want to thank you for giving me your time. I always appreciate it, especially if you hung in there through the whole video. I try to make them as short as I can by editing and so forth. But I really do appreciate your time, and I'll see you soon.